Okay, so we know what to do. We got a pretty good idea what we want to do, and we even know how to do it. And we got an idea on when we can do it, and yet we just are not doing it. And we've read every goddamn book there is about it. So what is the art of the doing? You are listening to ADHD Big Brother, the podcast for adults struggling with their ADHD and comorbid depression symptoms. Yeah. I'm your host, Russ Jones, author of Descending to the Top, believer that you can actually have a smile in your life despite this diagnosis. So let's make some sense out of this struggle. Let's learn some stuff. Let's laugh at some stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, here's some stuff.
Well, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Pull up a chair. Let me bring you some iced tea. Welcome to the podcast. Are you guys having a good 2024 so far? I know we just kicked it off. It's only been a couple of weeks, but, just checking in. How you doing? Are you doing the things you said you're going to do? I'm doing some of them, and then some of them I am not. But that's okay. Hashtag be cool with myself. Today I'm talking about the art of doing a thing. What does it take for us? Not for them. They can just do things. What does it take for us to do a thing? Like, who's us? Great question. I'm glad you asked that. It's me, really. And so if you relate to the things that I struggle with, maybe that we are similar in that respect. For me, that's ADHD, maybe a little bit of the old comorbid depression. There is an art to doing stuff that I would like to talk about today. It begins, if we turn to page 1, it begins by discussing what is not helping. And this is all me related. I think because I live in this space, so I'm not just thinking about my skull spaghetti. I'm constantly looking at the ADHD world. What are the people saying? What are the people doing? What are the people suggesting? And it's all in service of compiling and distilling and getting it out to you guys in practical applications. And that comes with the burden of madness, I think. I struggle because it feels like we're constantly being told what to do. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I might even be doing that to you guys. Like, here's what you got to do. Oh, God, let me know, because if that's the case, I owe you an apology. Like, I'll go onto Instagram and there'll be doctors with hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're saying things like, you don't want to get on top of your ADHD, you got to get better sleep. You got to move around. You got to exercise. You got to eat healthier foods. And I watch those things and I could feel my blood starting to boil because I'm like, yeah, no shit. We all know this stuff. Most of us all know this stuff. So how do I exercise? How do I do the goddamn thing that I already know? Would you excuse me for a minute? I'm going to go flush my head in the toilet. All right. Woohoo. Flushing out those demons. Let's just get those demons flushed out the system. So it's the same with reading life-changing books. I'm always a learning learner. I'm an actively learning learner, if that's a thing. The effect that they have on me is that they'll change my life in the moment. And the exercises, I think, these are going to be phenomenal. And they are actually forgotten the moment that I get to the next chapter. So that by the end of the book, I've got this revelation this book was a game changer. It's got so many answers. And yet I don't implement a single one of them. The challenge here to me is there's no issue with the learning. There's no issue with what the thing is that we want to do or change or become. And when I talk to people and my one-on-one clients that I have, everybody knows what they want. There is no problem talking about the problem and what the vision looks like on the other end of that struggle. We can talk all day long about the frustrations that we're experiencing in life and the people that don't get it. And the answer is that we know how to do it. And yet, even though we need the cure for and yet. What is the and yet elixir? So this is really all about the doing. How the fuck are we supposed to do the thing? So don't tell me to get exercise, because I know that I'm supposed to do that with my body. I have impossibly bad time management skills, and I never feel like I can fit it in. So I don't know how to get that in. And don't tell me to get a fucking reminder on my calendar. I'm already doing it. Excuse me. Okay, breathe and relax and breathe. And are we aligning our chakras? Here we go from top to bottom. Oh, and you know what? Side note, long story short, in my current class, I'm in a stress management class, and I just finished a paper on energy work as a means to manage stress, and I got 100 out of 100. Feeling pretty good about myself. But so there was one study that I found where cancer patients, they went to a clinic with energy healing, and they reported less depression, less anxiety, less pain, less everything. So what the hell? And when you think about things like the placebo effect, like what is that? Like some sort of inner thought energy, this level of conviction that actually makes a thing that's meaningless, like a sugar pill, it makes it work. Or even like the nocebo effect, which is the opposite, right? Which is like, I'm convinced that the thing's not going to work. So even if it's a thing that works, it doesn't work. Wow, that is phenomenally interesting to me. So yeah, so like chakras and meridians, and like they've even photographed the energy. It's like a Kirlian photograph. You can Google it. It's with a K. But yeah, so chakras. I've been meditating for like 20 plus years, and I am currently fascinated with chakras and the idea of it. So I'm extra curious lately. So about guinea pigging myself with some chakra work. So I've got some specific stuff, like my lower back hurts. And I'm like, oh, well, I wonder if that's my root chakra. So maybe I could see about spinning that old red energy wheel that's located around my butt and see if that doesn't do anything for my lower back pain. So if you're a chakra person, reach out. I would love to chat with you about like what it's all about. Do you have a meditation that you recommend and blah, 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 blah. We could schedule a chat. I'll put the link to the calendar in my show notes. If you guys haven't heard about me talk about it yet, I offer everybody a free 30-minute chat, by the way. So if you want to work on an ADHD thing, or if you want to just chat and say hi, it's not meant to be like, the classic, it's a discovery call. Let's see if we might be a good fit to work together down the line and see what's up. You could use it for that if you want, but you would bring that up, not me. I'm a people person. I like talking to people. So I love chatting with you guys. Peopling is fun. It's an energy boost for me. So anyway, chakra people, I seek thee. You guys can use you could use that link to just say, hey, I have time. Let's talk for 30 minutes at this time. That would be awesome. I'd be super into that. Okay, back to the topic at hand, which is the art of doing a thing. You guys, you just have to exercise. Now hear me out. It's just, I'm just kidding. No, don't go to the toilet. Please don't. You don't need to. It truly depends on what you're doing, doesn't it? Like, I'll talk you through a process that works for me, and then I'm going to put it in the show notes so you guys can reference it, the walkthrough. And then if you guys are forum members, I'm going to have a printable worksheet if you want to have it at the ready to move your needle forward. The first step is don't worry about how remedial this is going to feel. I can't tell you how much I know how that feels to be like, I'm a grown adult. I shouldn't need this level of assistance. I shouldn't need help. It's just my goddamn laundry. I should be able to do it. I get it. So if we could shelve that just for this process, that might help. We're here in service of doing a thing. And in sports talk, it would be like, hey, we're going back to the basics, guys. We're going to go back to the fundamentals and practice those. We're just going to do some mental hamstring stretches, which is going to really affect us in the long run. It's going to make our game better. And I highly recommend doing this work on paper because each thing builds on the next. So it's kind of like a conversation with yourself, basically. So, and just like the books and the stuff that I'm talking about, I will forget step 1 as soon as step 2 is presented. So it's best if I can reference. And at the end, you toss the paper. This is only in service of doing the one thing. So your one thing to do is reference the show notes. Or if you join the forum or you're a forum member, print the worksheet. That's the one thing. Now, I'll walk through this with exercising because that is currently a thing that I struggle with, and I have not exercised properly in a while. So the first question that I ask is, what is the thing I want to do? Okay, yeah, we got it. Exercising. I already said that. Okay, next is what does that thing look like? Visualizing it makes it a little more real for me. I can see it. I can see it unfolding. I can see it happening. It just connects a couple more dots, primes my pump. And so for this, it was stretching, push-ups, doing some light exercise band work. And then I ask, okay, how long do I wish to dedicate to this? For me, it's maximum 20 minutes. That's about as much. I don't want to aim too high here. And the next question I ask myself is, what is stopping me from doing this right now? In this moment that I've decided I could do this thing, what's stopping me? And my answer to that was that I'm working on my podcast and I got to take my kid to a weekend class. Even though I don't have to leave for the class for an hour and a half. Yes, I know that shouldn't impact a 20-minute thing. So it's kind of nice to see that on paper, because otherwise I'd still be thinking that that's a legitimate reason. That's time blindness at its finest. And so that's crazy sometimes, but that's, it's real. And so the other thing is if it's an idiotic answer, it's still your answer. The being cool with yourself aspect of this is just put it down, because if it feels like a legit reason, it is a legit reason, and it's going to require a thing to get on the other end of it. So put it out there. And then the other one was I'm not dressed for it. I'm wearing jeans and I'd have to change. That was a legit reason. So just do it. Just fucking change and do it. Okay, Barry. The next question is, when I think about doing the thing right now, how do I feel? My answer to that was that I feel like I can't do it. It was like a big invisible wall. It's like I'm just not able to do it. Like the gods have decided it's already a no. And so they won't allow my body to move to do it. It's a really big, dramatic internal no that's, it's just like it's a non-thing. And I don't really feel like changing my clothes. And then the next question is, what will happen if I do the thing right now? How will I feel? And my answer to that is that I will probably feel proud of myself, and I'll feel stronger. Like I remember when I was working out aggressively, I would always feel better at the end of it. Stronger, my body feels sexier. I felt better. And so now I've done all this writing, and ultimately I already know that I have the time to do the thing. So then the final question is, and this is a thing that I don't write down. This is just a thing that I ask myself. This is the one thing to keep in my head and to get going. What is the first physical activity in doing this thing? And I guess it's taking off my pants. And so that's the final instruction. Set the timer for the length of time I predetermined, 20 minutes, and take off my pants. And then I quit, or I keep going. So I set the timer for 20 minutes. And guys, spoiler alert, I took off my pants. And standing there in my underwear, I opted to put on my sweats. And then I was kind of in it already. And I went for it for about 11 minutes. I did a lot of stretching, which that's the thing that I'm using as my thing for external accountability in the forum. So done and done, did that. And then I did push-ups and some resistance band tricep thingies. I was in it. And because I'd already won, I already did the thing. I took off my pants. I could quit whenever I wanted, but I did the thing. And I did a thing that I haven't been doing in a while. And this is such a big deal to me, because 11 minutes of a thing is not 20 minutes. It's not a hardcore badass workout. If I did this 11-minute thing every day for the rest of my life, I'd be healthier than if I didn't ever do it. So I'm already moving my needle forward. And then the more I do that, it grows. Things build. It gets easier, but when it's not easier, there are ways to move forward. We could know all these tools. Man, I know a shitload of tools. The tools don't fix the ADHD. It's the using of the tools. That's what helps us manage our lives. But knowing the tools doesn't do much. So it's like the ultra hack here, the ultra tip, the ultra answer to all of it is finding your own art of doing the thing that works for you. That's what I'm here in service for you. That's what I'm here in service of for you. That's what I'm here in service to. That's what I'm here for. If you need help with that stuff, that's the doing, not the knowing. I know you already know. I mean, let's be real. You guys already know everything. You know what you need to know. If you need help with the doing, we got to get deeper. This is the year of the doing. Let's do the thing that we say we want to do, that we know how to do, and that we keep beating ourselves up for not doing. Let's finally do that. Then reach out if you need help. Or join the forum. God damn it. Get in there already. If ever there was a place built for the art of doing, Holy balls, daily accountability, monthly accountability, year-long goals, group Zoom chats. We do body doubling sessions. We're hitting all this, the doing at every possible. If you looked at me right now, I'm doing karate chop things. I'm like hitting at all angles. We're kicking ass. Alrighty, guys. I hope this has been helpful. If you're enjoying the podcast, please rate it on Spotify or leave a review on iTunes or whatever platform you listen to. It helps me to feel good about what I'm doing here. Is this worth me pumping out weekly to you guys? Let me know. Don't forget to crush that like and subscribe button. Oh, wait, that's YouTube. You guys are great. Oh, and here's a disclaimer for you. I've never stuck my head in a toilet to do this. It was a fun idea. So please, I don't stick my head in toilets. I don't believe in it. I do enjoy the metaphor of flushing our inner rage down the toilet. I think that's cool. But don't put your head in the toilet. Okay, great. All right. Have a great week. Talk to you